Hey, method 3. Get ready to work on day 1 of a 30-day push-up challenge. And then figure out how we can make those push-ups even stronger, even better. So what I want to do is start working, getting your body a little bit warmed up. We'll go through a 90-second challenge. I know that doesn't sound like long until you start doing push-ups for that length of time. I'm going to have you remember how many you do, and then we're going to go into some tips to make your push-up even stronger and why push-ups can be so challenging for so many people, especially women. So grab a mat or a beach towel, find some space on the floor, and for the rest of this live, we're going to be down on the floor. So get ready, team. It is push-up perfection push-up challenge. Still struggling to find the best camera angle here, but let's make it happen. Okay, good. All right, so what I want you to do is just come to kneeling. Just want to shake your arms across your body. Give your space a little bit of room. Hey, Chris. Hey, Kristen. And Debbie. Good to see you. I wish I could. Missing y'all. Good. Shake them forward and back. Couple more times here. You know, in P90X, and I can't remember his name, but it said give yourself some loving. So bring your arms around, tap the back of your shoulder. Bring the other arm around. Let's get those arms and shoulders to wake up. Good. Hey, Melody. Welcome, girlfriend. Good. Keep rocking. We cross, and we cross. We cross, and we cross. All right, my friends, what I want you to do now is bring your elbows together right in front of your chest. And change angles every now and then. I want you to squeeze your elbows together as hard as you can. And then release and open those elbows out wide to the side. Squeeze them together. Hey, Kim. And open them up. Squeeze it together. And open it up. A couple more times. Squeeze it together. Open it up. One last time. Squeeze it together. And open it up. Go ahead and squeeze it together. Press as hard as you can. Elevate just a little bit. And then pull it down. 4 more. Lift it up. And pull it down. Lift it up. And pull it down. 2 more. Lift it up. And pull it down. 1 more time. Lift it up. And pull it down. Now let's go ahead and make sure that back is nice and warm. So lifting your hands up overhead. We're going to pull the elbows wide to the side, trying to get your elbows back behind your rib cage, and then reach it back up. As you do this, I want you to try to keep your arms right in line with your side seam. Start zipping that cord. Good. Awesome. Wide to the side, and reach it up. Wide to the side, reach it up. One last time. Wide to the side, and reach it up. Next thing we're going to do, team, is a few crunches. We want to make sure that that core is nice and warm as well. So lying down on your back, feet fairly close to your hips, hands come back to support the head. Put that imaginary apple, orange, peach, whatever you need underneath your chin, and lift it up. Come on back down. By keeping that chin up off your chest, we make sure you're not pulling on your neck. So maybe it's taking that fist and put it in underneath. If you feel like you're jamming your chest or your chin into your chest, we want to go ahead and get that off. Push your head back into your hands. We've got 4 and 3 and 2 and last one. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set my clock for 90 seconds. You are going to rock out push-ups. I'm not going to be able to see your form. But what I want you to do is go, if you're starting on your knees, stay there. Do as many as you can until failure. And I know that's kind of a tough word to use, but in strength training, failure is actually a good thing. It means you've pushed your muscles to the limit, and that's how they're going to grow and get stronger. So if you're on your knees, go as many as you can. Go grab a notepad, jot down what your number was, put it in your brain. If it were in my brain, it'd be gone in 5 minutes. So, but if you can keep it there, do it. Okay. If you're on your toes, you're going to go as long as you can on your toes. And when you're ready, you're going to drop down to your knees. Now, remember, the most important thing in that kneeling push-up is to keep the hips low. I find it easier to do that if you flex the ankles and the knees and get them up there. Okay? So rock it out push-ups for 90 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Let's go. Think about where you're getting on each push-up. Are you able to get your chest down and almost hit the floor? Are you able to power up out of that? Dropping your chest down and then lifting up out of it. All right. I know this may or may not be good news, but that's 30 seconds. You have 60 seconds to go. When you have fatigued, you're going to stop, and I want you to start doing some of those arm shakes. Crossing them over your body, loosening up those shoulders. That's halfway. Keep rocking. You got it, guys. Up and down, up and down. Good. Keep rocking. If you need to, those knees drop down. You're still continuing. We got this. We got this. 20 seconds left, girl. Come on. Keep it going. Keep it going. Last 15. Can you keep going? Yes, you can. You got this. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. Come on down. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Now, remember that number? You need to go write it down. Let's talk for a minute about our 30-day push-up challenge. And then let's talk about some things to make those push-ups a little bit stronger, a little bit easier. Your goal over the next 30 days is to do that number of push-ups every other day. And I'll tell you why every other day. Easy to get some overuse injuries in something like a push-up. Why do I love push-ups? To me, push-ups are one of the best total body workouts. A lot of times we think it's chest, shoulders, and triceps. And yes, those are your primary movers. But if you don't activate some other parts of your body, it makes those push-ups a whole lot more difficult. So every other day, giving that day of rest in between, I want you to practice some of the things we're going to go over in a minute and see if you can perfect your push-up. So the end of 30 days, the number you just wrote down, the number you filed away, you got some more out there, okay? All right. So, like I said a moment ago, we think the push-up is chest, shoulder, and tricep. Yeah, it is. But without a solid core and some back involvement, those push-ups are going to be a whole lot more difficult. So, kind of crazy analogy, but I think it's really good if you kind of think about the fact of a mattress and a box springs. Is it easier to move the mattress or the box springs? Most cases, the box springs. Number one, yeah, it's lighter, so that's why this analogy falls apart. But number two, it's easier to move that thing because it's solid. If you're trying to move your body and it's a mattress, it's all floppy, it's going to be much harder to move than if you keep it solid. So one of the most important things you can do to perfect your push-up is to perfect your plank. So let's go ahead. What I'm going to have you do is start with your elbows right below your shoulders. And really that should be close enough that your elbows are pretty much probably about 14 to 16 inches apart, not much farther than that. From here, what I want you to do is pull your shoulders down and then press open between your shoulder blades. If you're going to your toes, the next thing I need you to do is push your knees up off the floor. Tighten your quads. Zip your belly button up, and then lift your hips up off the floor. If you're working that one from your knees, bend your knees, lift your hips by pulling your belly button up, and then I want you to pull your shoulder blades down as far as you can from knees or from toes. Create that solid plank. That solid plank also includes zipping your belly button, squeezing your inner thighs and your glutes. So you're holding everything as tight as you can. And come on down. Let's see if that makes a difference in a push-up. And yeah, you're going to try one more. One or two after we've done each of these perfection moves. So, for this push-up, position your hands just outside your shoulders, almost like you're sticking your thumbs in your armpits. We're going to pull the shoulder blades down and back. If you're on your toes, engage your quads, get your knees up off the floor. If your knees are down, go ahead and keep them there for a second. We're going to pull up on the belly button, pull down on the shoulder blades. From there, we're going to press straight up. Yes, check yourself out. Is your core turned on? That belly button's pulled up against your spine. Your glutes are turned on and you're squeezing those inner thighs. If you're on your knees, you can still squeeze those inner thighs and slowly lower yourself back down to the earth. I know those shoulders were tired, but did that make a difference? So definitely perfecting your plank. Got to make sure that's solid before you go on to your push-up. The next thing we're going to do is what's called a scapular push-up. And what that helps you do is get the back involved in your push-ups. So much of what you're doing, like I said, chest, shoulders, triceps. But if we can get the back to move as well and help it do some of the movement. So what we're going to do here, my friends, is you're going to start on your elbows. We're going to try one on your elbows, then one on your hands, and see how you feel the difference. So scapula, guys, your shoulder blades. So what you're going to do at the top of this, you're going to just squeeze your shoulder blades together without your arms bending. And then you're going to release your shoulder blades. So let's start on the elbows. That one's a tough one to see. So what I want you to do is elbows, knees or toes. I want you to drop down like you're trying to put your chest between your elbows. Okay? And then lift up. See how much movement you can get. Drop down. Sorry, really bad view here, girls, but again. Drop down and lift up. One more time, drop down and lift up. Now, if any of these, you feel like you've reached the point where we call it your edge, stay there, don't move on, don't progress. If you want to try it from your hands and your knees, your hands and your toes, this is where it becomes really challenging not to bend the elbows because your body says, oh, it's push-up time because we haven't had enough of those yet. Let's do some more. All right, so for here, drop your chest down, squeeze and lift it up. But before you do that, do you have that core zipped? Do you have yet? You're building on it. Yep. So from here, drop down, lift up. Drop down, lift up. Resist that bend in the elbows and lift up. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and push them apart. Good, good. We can take that one step farther, and then I call it a push-up plus. So again, from knees or from toes, we're going to add a little cat stretch at the top of our push-up. So what you're going to do, start with your scapular push-up, lower yourself all the way down, press all the way back up, and come into a little bit of a cat stretch. Knees, tough to do it from the knees. So you just work on that scapular push-up. Your push-up this time, my friends, we're going to position the hands below the shoulders. from knees or from toes. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Drop your chest all the way down. Press it back up. And keep pushing till those shoulder blades come apart. One more time. Drop it down. Shoulder blades squeeze. As you push up out of that, you push yourself farther, farther, farther until you feel like your shoulder blades separate. One more time. I know I said we're going to do one on each, but you know, you got to get the feel of it. All right. Sit back in child's pose for a second. Shake your hips side to side. Maybe come up and give yourself some loving. All right. Moving on to hand position. For a lot of people, the mat restricts where we put our hands. And a lot of times that's not the right position. So in a perfect push-up, you want your hands a little bit wider than your shoulders. So if you feel like you want your hands on your mat and you can't get your hands wider than your shoulders, turn sideways and put your hands on your mat. Okay? If your floor is fine, floor is fine. So from here, as you drop into that, one thing I like to do is really make my hands strong on the floor. Pardon me, the things we should have done before the shelter at home. Didn't get my nails done, so they are really a mess. Okay, so here we go. Hands a little bit wider than shoulder width. Drop, engage your core, zip it tight. Belly's pulled up. Drop into your scapular push-up. Lower yourself all the way down. Press the earth away as you come back up. And then keep pushing till your shoulder blades come apart. Scapular push-up, lower it down. Press all the way up and come apart. Good, awesome, awesome. A couple more and then we are going to move into some incline, decline, and then we're gonna start playing with our pace a little bit. All of these are gonna help strengthen that push-up. All right, so I call this the bottoms up push-up. If you're just really getting started on push-ups, great way to do it. If you're trying to transition from knees or from knees to toes, also a great way to do it. So you're going to lay all the way down on the floor. You found that push-up position. We dig the hands into the floor. Again, thumbs about armpit level, elbows tucked back slightly. From here, I want you to zip your core like we were going into that plank. We're going to lift the hips up, and then we're going to press from there. We're going to lower it back down, squeeze your shoulder blades together, zip your core, chest hits the floor before your hips do. Woo! From knees, you still can do that. Shoulders tucked down. We're pressing up and away. The chest is coming to the floor before the hips do. All right, how are we doing? Some of the other things that can strengthen your push-up, make it a little bit easier, make it a little bit stronger, is changing the angle of your push-up. And incline push-up is awesome, once again, for helping you improve the strength of your push-up. Oh, and then the decline is going to strengthen the shoulders even more. So decline, certainly not something we're going to do from the knees. So you do need to be on your toes for that one. One other thing I want to show you while I'm down here before I go grab my little box. If you were trying to transition from a knee push-up to a toe push-up, one of my favorite ways to do that is to come up, get one leg up off the floor, press it down, press it up. When you feel like you're strong there, switch, do the other side, and then transition yourself into both knees up off the floor. So that's another tip. All right. So, incline push-up. I'm going to move a little farther away. Grab my trusty ottoman since I don't have a bench here. So, and my ottoman's a little bit narrow for my push-up. But from here, you can do this knees or toes. You're going to drop your chest down to the box. You're going to zip that core. You're going to push the box away as you push it your shoulder blades apart. Scapular push-up, core zip tight, push away. If you're on your toes, you hope your box isn't sliding like mine is. There we go. Drop it down and push it up. Your decline. Again, you need to be on your toes for this one to happen. Get your hands wide enough. Scapular push-up, drop it down. Zip it up, belly's tight. Fun ways to play with it. The other thing that's going to help strengthen our push-up, and this is my last round of push-ups for you guys, I promise. And then we're going to talk a little bit more about that challenge. Okay. Up. I lied. 2 more. Okay, so we're going to work the pace of the push-up. When you're working different paces, it challenges the muscles to work different. That was really not as scientific as I needed it to be. You're going to work the muscles in different ways. So we're going to start with what's called the concentric push-up, which is what most of us do. But what we're going to do is just slow down how quickly we press up. So a lot of times we do like a 2-2-2 pace or a 2-2-1-1-1. A concentric push-up. You're going to lower yourself down. I want you to push yourself up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower yourself down. Those knees can be down. Press it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that probably felt a little bit different. The opposite of that is what we call eccentric. Eccentric just means the slow lowering motion or the slow lengthening of the muscle. So from here, we're going to drop down into your push-up. We're going to press it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Drop it down. Press it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. So again, playing with the pace. Always focusing on engaging that core. Always focusing on what are my shoulder blades doing? Are they helping? Mattress versus box springs. What's going to be easier to move? So we're going to finish in just a moment with 10 hand release push-ups. If you were with me on Monday, I think we did some there too. Love that one because it really gets the heart rate up a little bit as well. Next 30 days. Do you want to see if you can get stronger with your push-ups? Remember, this video is always going to be available on the Facebook page. You just go to our video section and pull it out if you need a reminder on any one of those. Reach out to me if you want some special tips, advice. Sue@method3fitness.com. I'll be happy to help you with that. I have a whole series where the hands are moving all around, just challenging the push-up in a lot of different ways. Always warm your body up first. And just as importantly, make sure you listen to your body. If you're saying, hey, today's not a push-up day, don't do it. Like I said, really avoid pressing yourself to the point where you start getting overuse injuries, challenging yourself beyond what your body, what the soft tissue is ready to accommodate. So listen to your body. Go for form. For the next couple days, maybe you don't even worry about your 90-second count. Go for form. What can you do to perfect your form? Can you make that core a little bit tighter? Can you make sure those shoulder blades are moving? Make sure your hand position is where it needs to be. Maybe you're challenging yourself to get up off one knee. This is your push-up challenge. When you're ready, go for time again. How many can you get done? You've got that number there. I've got my number written down because I won't remember. I want to thank you guys for doing this because I think push-ups are an exercise that scares many women away. But it's probably, like I said, one of the best exercises for giving you strong, shapely shoulders, arms, biceps, triceps, and back. So, you know, here we come. Even though we may be sheltering at home, summer's coming. We're going to put those sleeveless shirts, dresses on, and we want to be solid through that. Let's finish today's workout with 10 hand release push-ups. So I want you to go at a pace that challenges you. If you say, I'm challenged enough so far, thank you for being here. But your hand release push-up. from knees or from toes. You're gonna drop down, you're gonna release your hands. You're gonna put your hands back down, you're gonna come back up. We got 10 of those as fast as you can go. Ready, set, go. Drop it down, release, come on up. Drop it down, release, come up. Are you a mattress or your box springs? Drop down, press it up, drop it down, press it up. Hands have to come up off the floor every time. Chest is reaching for the floor before the belly. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and the last one. Thank you so much for being here. Let's go ahead and stretch the chest and shoulders out just a little bit. So coming back up to your knees. Woo! Amazing how that heart rate can go up without even leaving the ground. All right, bringing your right arm across. Pull that right shoulder down away from your ear. Take your right hand and bring it to your left shoulder. Pull down even farther. So you're trying to get that right elbow pressed into your chest. Taking that right hand up and over. Press your head back against your arm. Try to get that elbow pointing up to the sky as much as you can. And then grab a gentle pull. And a little bit more by just hinging slightly to the side. Come on back up. Let's get the other side. Left arm crosses over. Left shoulder sinks down away from your ear. Left hand comes to the right shoulder. Press that left elbow down. Release. Bringing that left hand back behind your back. Hand is going right between your shoulder blades. Head is pressing back against your hand. Gently pull across. Go ahead and come up onto both knees. Interlace your fingers back behind your hips. Roll your shoulders back and down. And then start lifting those hands up towards the sky. Nice deep breaths here. Breathing in, breathing out. And then release your hands, bring your hands together in front of your chest. You don't hear me say it often, roll your shoulders forward. Reach your hands out and away. Into a little bit of a cat stretch with your back. And then coming up tall, hands up overhead. Reach your arms back behind your shoulders just a little bit. And then come on back down. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. I hope you got something out of that. This could be a time that we can help get you stronger, but also give you the tips to make that an even more effective move. Thanks for being here. High five. See you soon.